Hi, my name is Ain Munirah Ahmad Kamil. I'm a painter based in Seremban, and this is an e-tutorial painting, and this video is brought to you by Gallery Petronas.
When beginning my artwork making, I've always started with digital sketches. Most of my study sketches were using editing software like Adobe Photoshop and Illustrator. As you can see from the previous timeline, my artwork involved much dreamy colors, so I'm gonna start mixing my color palette here, referring the color of the background in my painting. Always start with the background as underpainting as well. You can play around by adding some white to make it lighter or darker color to make it dark. As in this, I use titanium white and crimson on controlling the hues. Now you can see I prepare at least 4 shades of color. Now divide the canvas into 2 bigger sections of the background and start your painting. When you paint, try to give the painting some source of light. Watch out with the light placing while you paint. This underpainting acts as a reference for me in later when I go with the detailing. I sort of marking out where's the brighter and darker side in my painting. Now, draw the subject with a lighter color but still easier to be seen. Try to get the proportion right by making a tiny mark at several points of your canvas. Don't worry about making mistakes because with acrylics you can always get it right and make changes. Start painting with bigger subject. I start with this huge gumball machine. Now with the plant, as always, paint the background first and not to hang up with the details on the beginning. When you draw the leaves, try to make it as real as you could. By real, I mean the direction and the way you're placing the leaves must be variety and loosen up a bit, not too organized. And try to build the bushes with parts that consist of some darker leaves and some bright leaf. I use this ultramarine and mix it with the current green palette to make it more darker for my bush. Above all, try to enjoy the paint as much as you can, as it also acts as therapy for you. Well, at least for me, I kind of play around with my imagination, fantasies and wild thoughts while I construct my sketches and paint. And you can too. I changed the brush to smaller ones for the flower making because it'll make it easier for me to do the detailing on the smaller part. It gives me huge impact during this lockdown moment. So through this painting, it allows me to feel all sort of unrealistic and surrealistic things that you cannot achieve in real world. Try to pay attention to details as much as you could. That's what makes it more realistic. Though I'm not making the style here, but at least I tried to make it as real as it could. The tips here is to choose a subject that you find interesting first. That way, you won't get bored when the painting process gets harder, or when you feel boring on that current subject you are working on, move on to the next one. As this one, I feel boring painting those flowers, and then I quickly move to paint those clouds. I've always enjoyed painting my favorite spaces, which is spaces of my escapade or spaces in my reverie, with some essence of interior in it and some subject that I'm fond of, like those gumballs and clouds, flowers, and plants. They express my desire, anxiety, fantasies, curiosity through these pieces of canvas. I kind of made my own story and space from my reverie and bring it to life with the help of colors, tones, lines, and forms. Finish the painting with final touch-up and you're done. Thanks for watching, and I hope you explore your world too during this lockdown through painting.